Liven it up. Oh, that's gonna get me nuked for sure. Gonna get me nuked. Gonna turn that down or it's gonna get the stream nuked. Gonna sing over it so I don't get... No, I'm just kidding. This is a great tune. And we're gonna talk about surf a little bit in here. Yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about surf, a little bit about country tones. We're just, we're just gonna kind of shoot the shit today with some clean tones and have a good time. If you're in the chat, let me know what's up. I'm assuming, I'm just gonna guess, Pedro and Bo? Is it Pedro and Bo? I damn sure know it's not Eddie. No universe where Eddie's awake yet out in California. And today's a pretty early one, guys. I kind of just felt like doing one this morning. I knew I had to do some clean tone stuff because I missed it yesterday. Well, there's something about a trumpet that just cuts right through a mix, doesn't it? Like it cuts right through everything. There's something about a trumpet that just is like, it cuts glass. No matter what you're doing in a mix. And if you've ever heard Dick Dale, you want to talk about tone, you want to talk about the beginning of heavy metal as we know it. And that is Dick Dale. Dick Dale is the start of heavy metal, and anybody that disagrees with me can fight me. I don't care. It was not Black Sabbath. It was certainly not Led fucking Zeppelin. God, I hate when people say this Led Zeppelin started metal. Ugh. I hate Led Zeppelin, guys. I'm sorry. Love the music. Robert Plant ruins the band for me. Can't see past it. Love the musicians in the band. Fantastic musicians. Some of the best that ever lived in the history of music. Robert Plant is a useless piece of shit. I'm sorry. I feel that way. And I just can't get over it. Useless vocalist. Useless. But we'll get into that at another time. Well, why not just get into it? Why do I feel that way? Well, because the man sung everything on albums, had to sing it like an octave lower in live performance on everything. Almost everything that man ever recorded, he had to dumb it down and dull it down for live because he didn't take care of his voice or just couldn't pull it off. Talking about a dude that would just like put random sex noises with delay on it as that's his lyrics. Like, fuck, just shut up. Just somebody just turn that dude down and let me listen to what the band is doing at that point. You know what I mean? If you're a Led Zeppelin fan, that's fine. We can disagree. I'm sure there's a type of music that I love that you really don't. So that's okay. We're all people. What are we doing here today? I'm not sure if Igor is going to appreciate me going on a Led Zeppelin rant at the start of his stream, but that's okay. By the way, none of this is paid content. I want to be clear about that. But when a developer reaches out to us with support for over a month and, $1,600 worth of plugins, yeah, we're going to plug that. We're going to plug the great plugins from that developer as much as we can without being too crazy about it, right? And so definitely, Nembrini Audio is a heavy hitter, folks. Has been ever since his time with Brainworks and Plugin Alliance, as we know. And that's not something that's like, it's not super common knowledge out there, folks. It's not a real super common bunch of knowledge out there. That Igor in his time, prior to Nembrini Audio, was the man behind all of the Brainworks / Plugin Alliance bass and guitar gear. So this guy, prior to Nembrini Audio existing, this guy was very busy. And his efforts predate basically every developer out there. Most developers out there right now. Igor's been doing it longer. And so there's a lot of respect. I would definitely love to put a lot of respect on the man's name because he's earned it. 100%. So what do we have here today? Well, it was Bo and Pedro. Yeah, I was right. I'm so smart. I'm so smart. I'm just kidding. I'm not that smart. It was two of the most loyal. And this is where you got to start, though, folks. You got to start with just a couple folks dropping in, and then it builds over time. And we're going to build this over time. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do it together. And we'll have a good time while we're doing it. What am I starting out with here? Well, I'm just going to go over the lineup of what we have available. I'm not saying I'm going to get into all this stuff, but I'm going to give you guys a quick look at I would say my favorite stuff for creating clean tones or edge-of-breakup tones inside the Nembrini audio library and collection. Now, up front, we're going to use the analog rack compressor. Very, very simple compressor. Extraordinarily simple compressor, guys. We have the Eddie Kramer Phase Vibe. We have the Echo Bandit. We have the brand spanking new, pretty much brand spanking new Chorus Echo. This is based off an old Boss unit that is legendary. And we have the free Nembrini Audio Black. This is a rat box, so it's not going to be exactly where we need. Well, we're not going to need this a lot today, but I wanted to put it in there anyway. What we will see a bunch of today is the Minotaur. Taste the Beast. Every time I see or hear the word Minotaur, it triggers that Role Models movie response of taste the beast. Anyways, this is a free clone, and it is based off of some sort of a Klon Centaur clone out there. I didn't ask which one, but I'm 100% sure that it was based on a clone. All right. This is the Nembrini Audio Analog Rack. This can be had in this giant bundle of plugins that you can get called the Nembrini Audio Analog Rack Bundle. And you can get it. It's got a chorus, a compressor, a reverb, and some bunch of other stuff in there that I'm sure you're going to very much enjoy. So check that out while you can. I'm not saying it's going anywhere. I don't know why I added while you can there. We're just chilling here today. Okay, guys? No, the energy is not going to be very high. We're not chugging today. I'm just hanging out. I've got a couple guitars that I'm going to use today. And the first one, because I know Igor loves his Strats. And because Strats are phenomenally useful for clean tones. I'm going to fire up a Strat today. And this is a Fender American Standard. This is like your cheapest line of Americans. Or is it American Standard? No, it's American... I can't remember. I think it's American Special, actually. Sorry, not American Standard. American Special. This is like the cheapest, the absolute cheapest you can get an American Strat for. I got it with no pickups, and I've done a few different things with it and bought a few different pickguards. It's had a number of different pickup layouts in this guitar, and it's pretty sweet. I mean, it's all right. It does what it does, and we're gonna be jamming on it a bit today. That is the DI signal. Actually, it's phenomenally clean. I have this wired a bit differently than your average Stratocaster. I have it done in sort of a Nashville Tele. They call it a modified Nashville Tele wiring. Now, what I've done here is the front and back pickup, we'll call it the neck and the bridge, are attached to a three-way switch that's right here. It's not a five-way switch, it's a three-way switch. I hate five-way switches. I cannot stand them. That's exactly the reason for this modification, is because I cannot stand a five-way switch. I absolutely hate them. I hate them. I hate that goofy little in-between. Just let me find the right on the fly. No, forget it. I hate it. I like a three-way switch. And what I did was I hardwired this pickup right here to this mini switch, and it's straight to the input here. So basically, it kind of bypasses everything else. I can have this pickup in any configuration I want, just have it on or off, and I don't have to dick around with the middle positions. I hate them. Hate the middle positions. Arg. All right, let's get back to her. Here's with middle, without middle, and this is without middle and with middle, or the middle position. So yeah, so we're just chilling out today, maxing and relaxing, and I'm gonna just start building some tones from scratch and see where we kind of end up. Oh man, The Hawaii Five-0 theme, that is a classic surf song, whether you like it or not. If you've never listened to the Hawaii Five-0 theme, you'll hear like these horns or something that are happening. And I don't know what exactly it is. It's this high pitch, out of key. I don't know what it is. It's supposed to be like add to the melody, but all it does is just take away from the main melody. It's horrible. I would love to go back in time into that mixing session and be like, no, just stop. Stop right there. The song's perfect. It doesn't need these cheesy horns in the background. Just leave it. Just leave the rest out, please. Just ruins it. All right. So let's start building a tone. This one interests me the most today. Oh, that sounds hot. Why does it sound so hot? Why does it sound so hot? Because we got a lot of gain. That's not really edge-of-breakup. The other thing is the overdrive special is based on the Dumble. It's basically these amps. You can make them real angry, but I think they've made their money being angry as well. But it's not really the type of tones we're looking for right this second. So we're gonna bring the overdrive. We're gonna bring that back. There's nothing I hate more than overdrive or any kind of distortion through a middle pickup on like any configuration involving the middle pickup on a Strat. I just, oof. This isn't really what I wanted as far as like, I'm just gonna kind of get it away from this, guys. It's not really what I wanted in the background today, so I'm just gonna go back to our regular stream playlist, and there may be some metal on it. I can't say there won't. I can't promise there won't be, but whatever. All right, so we definitely don't need that dime to bring the presence back a little bit here. That bright switch. So now I got to go back on what I just did. If you're going to use the bright switch on any of these Dumble kind of clones and things of that sort, it's very bright. Just beware. It's going to get real bright up in here. All right, so for the cabinets, what do we have? We have a Hughes and Kettner 212. Interesting pairing. We've got a Tweed 410. A Bogna. VHT 412. The 115 from the Face Man. The Vox. And back. See, I think, yeah, well, that's actually that's a really nice cabinet selection for this. I'm not going to lie to you guys. All right. I'm not going to lie to you guys on this one either. I don't know any, like, I don't really know a ton about the Dumbles. I don't. It's not an amp I've really, like, I know that they're worth an astonishing amount of money. I know they're made by one man, and who's now passed away, rest in peace. And made by one man, and he was a very, very, very reclusive man. And that's basically what I know. I know that many amps, like many companies like Fuchs Audio and a number of others have kind of created their own homages or clones of the Dumbles, and All right, let's now I can use that bright again. It's really angry at me though right now. I noticed this. So I don't know a ton about these amps, admittedly. But it is what it is. I'm just kind of floating around here a little bit, trying to find something I like. This guitar is very unhappy with me right now. need a bit of verb. That's too dry. Sounds great. Sounds great. No, that's still too much. Still a bit too much happening there for me. I'm going to turn the gain, the overdrive right off for now. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Trying to decide if I like it better without the bright or with it. I think I like it better without it. Whoa! Yeah, that's a nice tone. And Stevie Ray Vaughan was one of the many players to use a dumble over the years. You know, as part of his tone. His tone was, if I'm not mistaken, his tone had a whole bunch of components in it. The last time I looked at it was just a few years back. I remember looking at, you know, those Guitar World images they used to put out. Where they would have like just like not a picture of, but like a sort of a graphic artist rendering of the a particular artist gear, and they usually put them in Guitar World, and they still have them around. And if you go look up the one that involves, I guess I could just bring it up here. Hang on a second. I don't typically do these, but let's do it. Hold on. I should be able to just do that on the fly and not be an asshole about it, right? You go look it up. I don't feel like doing it. Let's just go look this up. SRV rig. Let's see if that's enough. Yes, it is, in fact. There's two of them. There are two of them here. Nope, there's just one. Hold on. It's gonna be it's so fucking small. You guys aren't gonna. Wow, like there's just so much going on in this rig. Bo, can you do me a favor and go look up, just Google SRV rig, and you go to images, and it's the first thing that comes up. There are two pictures. One is cut off, so I don't even know what good it is. There's a few images here. This is SRV circa 1985. Okay, man, there's a lot happening in this rig. Holy shit. So yeah, it's like if you're going after the Stevie Ray Vaughan tone. Hold on, let's see if I can do this. Okay, hang on. Like, I don't even know how to make this bigger. It's gonna need to be bigger. Shoot. Anyways, hold on. Okay, well, either way, let's go to the screen for a sec. Okay, you guys should be able to see it. Like, look over here. And like, I'll give you a couple images here, but this is one of them. And like, there's a lot happening here. I see what looks like a couple of, are those Fender DeVilles? I don't even know what those are. And then you've got a Marshall and something else happening in here. And in this picture, what do we have? I mean, I think that's supposed to be a Dumble right there. Is this supposed to be a Marshall and a Dumble? Grab the 85 rig and look in. Like, there's a lot happening here. I don't even think this could be done with plugins. Like, so if you're looking for, like, I see it, it's like, oh man, I wish they could have like the SRV tone in the form of plugins. And that's like asking for the Eddie Van Halen tone in a plugin. There's so much happening in those rigs that you're not even really gonna. You can try, I guess. I mean, Igor did a pretty good job of the EVH rig in the MRH 159. You might want to check that out. Check that out sometime soon. that will not be in this one because we did it fairly recently, I think. Either way, that's a lot happening in that rig. Okay, let's go back to, let's get rid of that. Okay, so in this, like we've established that this is, I think that this is going to be one of the best blues tones that I think you'll ever hear in plug-in form. I'm going to put this compressor in here now. I need it like that sounds pretty good. I'm not much of a blues player, but I'm all right, I guess. I can noodle. I can blues noodle. I grew up playing with blues musicians when I was younger. That was basically the first older musicians that I ever jammed with, and I had no idea what I was doing. I'd never really jammed the blues before, but I knew pentatonic scales, and I was just kind of thrown in with these older fellas that played blues. And I was occasionally asked to jump from guitar to drums. And this is when I was younger. It was taught me a lot of great things about being kind of professional as a musician. And these guys were very professional. But they fooled around still, right? Like they were still like goofy dudes. They weren't that much older than me. Well, I guess they were. They're probably about 15 or 20 years older than me at the time. But it was kind of family friends. And we ended up jamming a bunch and playing some shows. And it was pretty fun. So I'm going to turn this up a little bit. There. All right. I still a little bit out here. We're going to get off. We're not going to be playing blues tones all day. I have a couple guitars I'm going to run through the mix here. I'm going to take a quick break at some point and grab a Telecaster. Although this is kind of wired to sound a bit like a Telecaster. For whatever reason, it is really trying to give me a buck this morning. This guitar is normally pretty good at staying in tune, but today, I don't know. It's just like, nah, bro, it's too early for this. Okay. So how are you guys this morning? I hope you guys are well. We're just chilling. We're hanging out. We're doing some clean tones. Thank you so much. The coffee delivery 2 days in a row from the missus. Great. Thank you so much. Yes, I know that sounds phenomenally like a Telecaster. And I'm not really sure. That? A little cut on my finger or something? Whatever that was irritating. I definitely don't think I have the levels right on these pickups. 2 super reverbs and a vibro verb on the bottom, Marshall major, and the Dumble. Good luck. I mean, the way that the signal chain is there even a way that you can do that? Is there even a way that you could... I mean, I guess you could maybe do it in something like Helix Native. Or like a full suite or like mega suite. Maybe you could pull that one of those like stereo signal chains. But it seems like there's a lot going on there, bro. It seems like there's a lot going on there. All right. Yeah, I definitely have, guys. My apologies. I'm gonna kind of do a little bit of pickup tweaking as we're going on here. I feel like this one is too close. I feel like this one is also too close. Too close. And we'll back that guy off just a little bit and see where we ended up. That's better. Yeah, that was lazy. Really lazy, guys. I understand that was lazy. I know, I'm a lazy guitar player sometimes. It is what it is. What are we doing today? It is Sunday fucking morning here in Canada, and a nice Sunday morning. Nice enough that I might actually go throw some frisbees today. And for those of you unaware, I'm a disc golf fanatic. Not professional, but I am a tournament director. I organize a lot of the events around in my community, get people together an awful lot. And if you've never tried disc golf, chances are it's probably in your community and you never even realized it. Great for kids, great for seniors, great for anyone, and way cooler than fucking pickleball. I'll tell you that much. Pickleball's taken over the spotlight, and gosh, I'm actually kind of glad for that lately, because it's taken some of the looky-loos away and the casuals away from our beloved courses. I'm being selfish there. See, I got stuck on one tone. It took me a second. And that's the thing about the overdrive special, the Dumble, is it's not one of those just bop and it sounds good amps like a Bassman or a number of other amps. There's a lot of tweaking to do, and it's a very, very versatile amp. Super versatile. It can get you anything from the cleanest of cleans to no, we're not going to call it high gain. We're going to call it vintage high gain, old school high gain. This was a gain monster at one point in time. Like, these things were one of the highest gain amps that you could buy on the market. But even going back to the start of Dumble, these things have been expensive, if I'm not mistaken, correct? Like, he's never really, like, I think at one point he was doing like, what, 1 amp a year or something like that? And he was charging, what, like $200,000 for the thing? Like, I don't know what the deal is there. But can anybody tell me, just for fun, because I love having these conversations, and if you're in the comments, by the way, and if you're in the chat, rather, say hi. We're not going to bite you. I see 5 people in here today. That's way more than I expected. I thought it was going to be a Twitch stream kind of thing where I was just going to be like, hello? Is anybody there? I don't mind streaming to nobody, but I mean, it gets a little bit, I don't know. It gets on my, it's nice to have at least one person to bounce shit off of. But as a musician, I have to go back and I have to remember that many, many times I have played in bands on a stage to nothing but bar staff. With no people whatsoever. No show promoted. Take some free beer and a couple of bucks for your gas tank. Thanks so much. Maybe we'll feed you. Maybe we'll put you up at our band house or something like that. But I've played many times to an absolutely dead room. So I don't mind streaming to a dead room either. Oh, that's okay. Morbid Sanders. Who's Morbid Sanders? All right, new folks in the house. Nice to meet you. Morbid Sanders. All right, well, of course, if someone does talk, we always have to ask, who's your favorite developer? Tell us about yourself. What are your favorite genres to play? Tell us a little bit about yourself. I like to get to know everybody in our community and what things sort of drive them. And I want to point out, that's how, like, pretty much this entire team that we have right now came together. Every single solitary person on the team here is someone that I met from the old community that we had started back in the day, the Honest Amps and Reviews user group. So, I mean, I'd love to get to know all of you guys as well. Love to know who your favorite developers are. What is your style of choice? Although, with Morbid Sanders, I'm guessing it's probably not surf rock. I'm guessing that this guy's probably, I'm hoping he's into Morbid Angel. But if it's not, I understand. It might be just a coincidence. But, gosh, that would be cool. Because Morbid Angel fucking rips. All right, so we're just hanging out today. And this would pretty much work for just about anything. I can go with the, I wasn't really sure what to go with for like a basic slapback. So we're going to go with this and see if they have a basic slapback on here. Dark delay slapback. Right on. Let's see. Nice. So you can put, I'm going to put the, obviously, going to locate this after my amp though. It's a bit loud in the mix though with the repeat, so I want to bring that back a little bit. There it is. Yeah, when you're doing any kind of a slapback, by the way, I think you should always make sure that the mix knob is down, so that, because that second repeat, that like you're basically your only repeat. It's only going to be set to repeat once usually. Most of the time, slapback is only going to give you one repeat. So if it does, you want that repeat to be about 50% the volume or less, or, you know, give or take 10% somewhere in there, but you don't want it to be like bop, bop. You want it to be more like bop, 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 bop kind of thing, right? You want it to cut in half so that it's not taking over what you're doing. Oops. Wow. Yeah, that sounds terrific. I clipped her. Oh no, I clipped her. Oh goddamn, I done clipped her. I guess it's kind of like crazy for that anyways. Oh, that sounds so good. And yeah. All right. So what I did was I actually made a surf rock mix last week, and I'll throw that on for you guys at some point. Yes, absolutely. Welcome. You don't have to talk all the time, but if you want to win prizes, there are no prizes up for today, but we are in the middle of a huge contest, as aware. If you are subscribed to our YouTube and the Nembrini Audio YouTube, you're automatically entered to win one of a whole bunch of prizes. Could be up to 6 prizes. If your name comes out of there first, boy, oh boy, you're going to be a happy person. You'll be able to go and get 6 plugins from Nembrini Audio. 6 plugins from Nembrini Audio. Yeah. Second place, 4 plugins. Third place, 2 plugins. And there will be 2 other winners that will be walking away with 1 plugin. That is a value of about $1,666 Canadian. And I'm actually just putting the finishing touches on our contest for the month of March. And that is going to be an exciting one. Oh, yes, it is. We have something big coming for March. Very exciting as well. There's going to be, as mentioned, there's going to be a contest here on this page, on this channel, on our whole resource here. There's going to be a contest running every month for the next calendar year. Yeah, the next 12 to 13 months that's how much support we've received from various developers saying we just want to be part of whatever you guys are doing because of what, the relationships we've made in the past. So guys, you can just get geared up because we're going to be giving some stuff away, boy howdy. I mean, the only non-Nembrini audio plugin I'm using today is I'm using a bit of a room verb here. If you're curious, this is the Melda production. And this is just a simple room verb that I usually just kind of set it and forget it. I use a couple of different vibes, but it's only usually about 5 or 6%. And I'm using a room verb, the Viper, Studio Beta, Studio Alpha, typically the ones I'm using. And that's just to moisten it up a little bit. All right, so we're going to be, as mentioned, this thing is kind of a tone beast. Let's go to the screen. Absolutely. Well, like I said, welcome, Morbid. If you feel comfortable to share your favorite developer or potentially your favorite plugin ever made, or whether you're an experienced or newer user, always feel free to reach out if you have questions about any of the plugins in the stream. That's what we're here for. I am enjoying my coffee this morning. Holy cow, do I love coffee. All right. So as I said, there's a lot you can do. This is a tone beast. Woo, that got bright quick, didn't it? That bright switch is not fucking around. Oh, it is not fucking around at all. Holy smokes, that's bright. God damn. Almost took my head off there. So yeah, if you're gonna get like cute with this, if you're going to get cute and need that bright switch, boy, oh boy, you got to be careful with the rest of what's going on here. Now, I'm curious. This is a great riff. Okay, so the Klon Centaur, what would it be worth? Can you imagine the worth, like the general worth of the rig that I'm using right now? A Klon Centaur through a Dumble overdrive. What do they call it again? Is it the Overdrive Supreme? I can't remember what they called it. Woo, that's so bright. Sorry, I just about took someone's head off there. I know I did. If I took your head off there, I'm sorry. I regret nothing, actually. I regret nothing. All right. Beautiful. That's pretty loud though, right? Yeah, that's that's cooking. Not exactly, so I'm going to need to get rid of that, and then we're going to set this up a little bit different. Sounds nice to me. Oh boy, Sam. Our blind cat, when he plays with the other cats and they run away from him somewhere and he can't see them where they went to, he'll usually he does this. Oftentimes people hear that and they think, well, you know, cats ain't fixed, but well, in our case it's just this guy doing his exploring. Hey, you go play with him. Here, you go play with him. All right, they're gonna go play. All right, cool. So we've checked out, as I've said, we started the stream with the Nembrini Overdrive Special, and this thing cooks. It is superb. Anything that you could, it's such a unique voicing though. Like, I'm not sure which clone this is based on. I'm gonna heavily assume that it is based on a clone rather as opposed to being, based off of a legit Dumble. I don't know that. I mean, you never know. I don't think we're far off. Some developer to some level. I don't think we're actually too far off from some developer out there, you know, finding someone with a real legit Dumble and saying, listen, we're going to pay you 50 grand or whatever it is, 20 grand or 10,000 or something for one day. You can bring it in. You can stand by. You can make sure we don't touch it. We don't breathe on it. We're not going to take any screws. We're not going to take anything apart. We're just going to take some measurements with various equipment, and that, you know, we're going to model it the best we can that way. And then, you know, I don't think we're far off seeing that. I don't see that as being like out of the realm of possibilities, because I mean, the plugin industry is quite competitive, and I could totally see Neural DSP flexing like that and finding someone under their umbrella with a Dumble, or, you know, or buying one. Those dudes are not exactly, I mean, I'm sure those guys have a few bucks, so maybe they could even just buy one and then sell it after. You know what I mean? What could hurt? You buy one, you pay $150,000, $200,000 for it, you model it for everything it's worth, you do whatever you need to do to it, and then you sell it for probably a guarantee what you paid for it anyway, right? I mean, not exactly a terrible move if you have that kind of flex. Sam, if you got that kind of cash to flex, right? Yeah. I tell you, if I could flex, guys, there are a lot of amps that I would model. Hold on. If you want a simple SRV rig, either the overdrive or phase. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, enough of this. Enough of this madness. Oh, enough of this madness. Yeah, I guess Bo's correct on that one. You could just get yourself this one right here, and that's our next stop, by the way. We're going to say goodbye to the Overdrive Special. As much fun as it is, I am going to, we're going to say goodbye to this one. I mean, it's great, though, because I know that Igor has experience modeling one of the clones of this amp anyways, because I know that he modeled the Fooch Overdrive Supreme, I think it's called, for when he was with Brainworks. So that's going to give probably some of the same vibage anyways. I mean, I can't see it being based on the exact same amp or anything like that. But I mean, it's obviously, I'm going to go and assume it's based on a clone, just like the Klon Minotaur is probably based off of some sort of clone anyways. So we're going to move along from that. Go out and check it out. 14-day free, like super unrestricted free trial. No static, no silence, no BS. You got to have iLok though for now. You know, there are more and more companies that are moving away from the iLok, but in this case, it is still in use, and you'll have to kind of make do with that. Now we're going to go to the Faceman. This is the other plugin that Bo was just discussing, that you could have the Overdrive Special here and also purchase the Faceman. Maybe run them, you know, left, right, or run them in, you know, kind of on the same. You could do quad track and blues. Probably not what you're going to be looking at, but you could use one on one side, one on the other, and probably get a really nice SRV vibe happening in the room. All right, let's get to the Faceman. Woo, that's a bit spicy, eh? A little spicy there. Yeah, that's filthy, isn't it? Nothing filthier than a Bassman when it's in that situation. I think that this was really interesting, though, that Nembrini Audio opted to go with the single 15-inch speaker on this one, as opposed to going with, you know, your standard like a 212 or like a 412 as the first cabinet. But like, I guess he said that the one that he modeled came with a 115. That's what it came as like the head and cab. So he just did it that way, and it ended up sounding terrific. It's a very unique sound, and you're definitely gonna be miking that cabinet a bunch different than you would mic other cabinets. But we're gonna see what's up. I know I'm not playing that correctly. It's just a riff that I think accurately represents what a plugin can do for a blues tone. I'm not a huge blues riff meister here, but I've got a couple of chords and a couple things that'll at least give you guys the idea that, hey, well, that sounds pretty reasonable, or it didn't sound very good at all on certain gear. It'll give you guys the idea of what it's going to be able to do. pretty good. Hello. Anyways, this is a lovely Sunday, not Saturday, a lovely Sunday morning here in Canada. Very exciting. Nothing incredible happening this weekend, but it's been a good run. Got a lot of relaxation done, a lot of streaming done yesterday. If you guys want to review that, they are up on our YouTube here under live streams. And as far as pre-recorded content, it's on its way. Being careful with that stuff and just wanting to make sure that I can create something that people are going to enjoy. So, as you notice here, it says bass instrument. Yes, you can use a bass or a guitar through this plugin. And another reason that I think the 15-inch speaker comes in hugely handy. You also get a 412 Orange, a 412 Marshall, a 410 Tweed, a 212 Bogner, a 412 VHT, and then we're back to the OG. I'm going to switch things up a little bit with some Marshall love here. Okay, so that is quite bright, and we're going to take that back a little bit. Oh, that sounds so good, though. All right. Brightness is probably a little much. Not required. Yeah. Let's tighten it up a little bit with the Minotaur. Yeah, there's nothing to not like about this either. The face man can get a little angry. I can get a lot angrier than it is right now, actually. We can go over to the bass side. And it's not like you can't use the bass side for guitar by any means. See, you can make it angry, but if you do make it angrier, you might occasionally need to run over here and adjust the output or the input, depending on what you need it for. All right, so, and as you notice, there's a couple of like handy little tools in most Nembrini audio plugins. The newer ones are starting to get this little plugin rig window where you can kind of handle the chain and a few more things a little bit more conveniently. But right now, this is sounding terrific. This is just, to me anyways, to my ears, this is sounding terrific. And we're doing clean and vintage cleans today, or vintage drives today. If you're curious, that's what we're doing. If there's anything in this list that you guys really want me to hammer into, or anything else in the library from Nembrini Audio that you'd like me to test out and do anything with, you guys are always welcome to request that, and I'll see what I can do during the stream. If it's already in the list, it's no problem. If it's something I need to add to the list, I probably, very likely, don't need to install it, so we'll see what's up. Let's check out this Boss. This is an old Boss, or no? This is the old Roland chorus. Am I right? That was incorrect earlier. Yeah, Roland chorus. Ooh, ooh. 80s chorus. Let's see what we got. That's too distorted. We don't want that right now. Let's go over here and let's bring that way back. I don't like the repeat. It's the repeat's too loud. It always really bothers me when the repeat is too loud. I have to figure out exactly how to fix that on this, of course. I have no idea what I'm looking at here. There we go. That is really just like basically completely in angry mode this entire time. It's like it's never not angry. I can't really. I want to get it clean here. That's a little closer. Sounds great. And so this is pretty fun. I haven't actually, I was on the beta list for this and everything. I just didn't get a chance. I have not had a chance to look into it till just this second. Absolute shredding going on in the background. Morbid Standard, I've been checking out your channel past week and I like how you test plugins live and hanging out. Nembrini high gain plugins. Man, that's awesome to hear. Thank you for chiming in. I'm really enjoying the fact that people are just kind of finding their way in and enjoying things. And if there's anything that you feel that we can ever do better or less of, or something that we can do to make the streams more enjoyable or more interesting, always feel free to let us know in a constructive way. Just don't be like, dude, stop talking so much, play more guitar. That'd be way cooler. It's not. I'm going to chat more than I play in every video. Always. It's the way we do. I like the geared chat. I like just kind of bouncing stuff off the chat and just, and I am getting a better way to monitor the chat in a little bit more in real time as well. So that is something in the works. We're just starting small, just kind of starting small right now, guys. Just working our way up. And we built something from scratch once upon a time, and we'll build it from scratch once again. So, as mentioned, this thing rips, and this thing is going to give you that edge of breakup tone from, like, you know, the olden times. Once upon a time, we can't forget. Like, it's easy to sit here and think that, wow, that is not the kind of distortion I like. But it's easy to forget. But this was once upon a time. The Basement was like the creme de la creme of high gain. Like the 50s, like the 50s and 60s. This was like kind of a high gain amp, for all things considered. So, I mean, it's easy to kind of like see where we're at now and to easily dismiss these as like, that's not high gain. Well, yeah, at one point in history, this kind of was high gain. So, always be looking, you know, it's always nice to look at the evolution of things like that. All right. So we're going to get rid of the Basement at this point. Goodbye. And then we're going to get over here. Now, oh boy. Why is there so much noise today? Single coils. So what I need is my silencer to go along with... What? Another free gate scenario that I like to put after my denoiser, just in case something sneaks through. It gets ripped at and crushed by this. So, yeah, that's what I thought. All right. So yeah, here we are. Let's go after some clean tones here. These are kind of gaining. So let's just see if we can pick out a cleaner tone here. Dream Clean. This is going to be nice, I'm sure. And this was known as like one of the top. He was really well known to be a great source of like your hair metal and 80s cleans. Oh, I don't know the song anymore though. I can't play it anymore. Gosh. Oh. Yeah, can you get that? I want to play it again. No, dang it. It's gone now. Anyways, I was going after this old Skid Row song there, but we couldn't make it happen. Couldn't make it happen, guys. Yeah, I'm flexing on the same scales most of the time here, guys. I should probably learn some more, but every time I sit and learn some more and I go into a stream, I completely forget. There's going to be all kinds of autotune now. So yeah. This sounds great too. And there's no fucking with the ADA MP1. There just isn't. It's a cool looking piece of gear. And Nembrini Audio, thank you so much for bringing it to the plugin world. I remember the day that that came across, it came through my email, and I remember Igor and I talking, and he's just like, what do you think about the ADA MP1? And I just, like, sitting in my chair, basically did a sitting backflip. And I knew that, you know, the dude does not ask about things if he's not, like, pretty sure he's going to make it anyway. So, man, it was so nice to talk to him in that scenario and have him hear that he was going to do that. Super exciting. All right. So you get a number of options here. We're going to go with this 212 for the minute. Oh, lost the slide there. Why do I feel like there's, like, I'm playing in a score for, like, it's like pretty much the exact same tone I'm playing in the score from the Lethal Weapon movies. And it's like, and then you hear the saxophone. And he's like sitting there. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You've seen a Lethal Weapon movie. You understand. We're off the rails already. All right, we're about an hour into this son of a bitch. I'm not going to take my break today. How do I set up Asia interface you're using? I can't see what everything. Why do they have this stupid heart in the way? I want to take this heart reaction away because it ends up blocking half the comment on the bottom. I am using just a plain old Personas. Yeah, a Personas Studio 2.6 is all I'm using right now. It's nothing fancy or exciting. I use just a 2-input, one for vocal, one for guitar. That's all I ever require. And if I need to do MIDI stuff, I can do that too. Yeah, I don't. How do I set up your Asia? I always just call it Asia. How do we set up your Asia in Reaper, and what interface you're using? As far as how to set up the Asia in Reaper, I think it's pretty simple. Bo, do you have anything on that? That would maybe a question for, like, that's if you probably just go into. Have you ever been into the Cockos Reaper forums? COCKOS Reaper forum. If you go in there and type that into, I'm using Reaper, and I'm using, like, it's kind of a weird skin that you're looking, or what do they call it? Theme? Reaper theme? In any event, yeah, it's pretty simple to do. I mean, I actually don't remember the last time I did anything with that, to be honest with you, how to set it up for that. You stumped me on this one. I might have, honestly, I'm pretty sure if you go to the Reaper forum, They cover everything. Every time I've ever had a problem with Reaper, you might get like an answer where someone's like you can just tell they're rolling their eyes at you. Like, oh my God, dude, like, okay, fine. This is how you do it, okay? Step 1, step 2, step 3, and God, oh, you know, like they might give you a little attitude, like, God, this has been covered so many times, bro. But you'll get an answer from at least 2 or 3 really knowledgeable people. They, like I said, you just ignore the attitude occasionally that you might get on certain forums, but they're a really usually a very useful and very smart and enthusiastic group. There's also a Facebook group that responds even quicker for Reaper users. So I would suggest preferences, devices. All right, hold on. Let's find out. It wouldn't let me talk while that was open. Wait, what did it... I don't... Eddie's here? Oh, you meant Bo. Yeah, I'm not... Yeah, wow, I just had a kind of a brain fart. I don't think anybody's ever asked me about those settings in Reaper before. I might as well make this bit a bit bigger. Huh. Did the window I opened? Hold on. So I opened preferences, devices after that. Set inputs and track. Yeah. Wow, it's... Where's the gain coming from here? I just want clean. Give me clean, bro. Clean compressed. 8-string voiced clean. What does that mean? It doesn't sound clean at all. What is all the hiss coming out of these today? That was pretty cool. 8-string voiced clean. I'm just kind of muddling through the presets because I don't typically dial cleans into this. I've got some really, really nice lead tones that I've got presets for, but that is not what we're looking for right now. We are going to give this the boot. Not that it wasn't great, but the MP1 Pro can get you exactly where you need to go as far as cleans go. Now, we're going to go over here to this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful amp sim. Wow, you guys, these guys are on fire today. Like, yeah, our cats are absolutely crazy today. Sorry, guys. The background is probably been unbearable today. Hold on, let's bring this back. And the only thing about this that befuddles me a little bit is there's no master volume on this one. Whoa. That sounds great too so far. And you can make this one pretty angry too. No joke. You can make this as angry as you want to make it. There's a lot of gain to be had inside an AC30. Lots and lots of gain involved, and you can have a lot of fun with it. You just hit that link button. Ooh, that's quite bright. And I don't want to take this off as well. Terrific. You can use the AC30 has been classically used for everything from, geez, I mean, it's one of those amps that's just sort of been used for everything. Everything except for, you're not going to get it into like the high gain department. But once again, we're talking about an amp that back in the day, this was kind of like, whoa, that's a lot of distortion there you got in that amp. Classically used by, I think, the most famous user of the AC30, maybe all time, probably arguably Brian May. And then you can move on to guys like Brad Paisley and, you know, pretty much every country guitar player all time maybe has probably used a Vox at some point. And man, it is just one of those amps that's very unique. Also been used for punk rock classically by more than a few punk rock players out there. Use the Vox AC30 through like a 412 cab. Can't speak today. So yeah. I'm telling you. So just looking through and making sure I caught up with everything. I really appreciate each and every person chiming in and tuning in today for a nice, fun morning stream and just chilling out. This is what we like to do here on Sundays. If there is a stream on Sundays, it's usually fairly early and it's usually fairly chill. I don't like to get up to anything too aggressive. You're never going to see a Sunday morning stream that's going to be like nothing but screaming high gain. It might be bass. Yesterday I tried a bass stream, but gosh, it was terrible. It was horrible. The strings were a lot older than I thought, and I got into the stream without really testing them, and I was like, oh shit, these are terrible. I should not be streaming. I should not be doing this. So it was deleted. In my personal opinion, single coils plus a lot of drive, a lot of gain, equals not good. It's never really a great idea to put a ton of gain through single coils, unless you're maybe like Yngwie Malmsteen. Stevie Ray Vaughan arguably didn't have that much, but occasionally he pumped a little bit in there. And I mean, this is a noiseless single coil, a stacked noiseless. And I do believe, I know that you're losing out on some things, but I think that I'm going to go ahead and get a full set of noiseless pickups for this because I can't stand the noise of a single coil with gain. I can't stand the interference. I hate it. So I don't know that this particular pickup is going to be the answer. This Paul Gilbert injector, I'm not really sure, but these two, they got to go. I think they're Fender custom shops, so I don't know. Maybe I'll just probably throw them up somewhere, or maybe I'll just give them away on a stream. We'll see. Dude, no worries. Don't you worry about it. We're not going to be here a ton longer. In fact, we're pretty much wrapped up today. Basically, if you're curious, Nembrini Audio has everything you'll need, from bass to guitar to processing and / creative plugins that you can use in your mixes for a variety of instruments, vocals, drums, and everything else. All kinds of stuff that goes and they do sales, lots and lots of sales, and it's all priced fairly affordably as it is. It's pretty much priced alongside all of the other premium plugin companies that their prices are all pretty comparable. And Nembrini Audio is up there with those artists as far as the quality goes as well. So the prices are pretty similar across the board as far as the regular price goes. But when it comes to sales, man, Nembrini Audio, do they blow stuff out? Like, blow stuff out. They've also got a number of freeware products that you need to go and make sure that you have in your arsenal. And I tell you, you won't regret having any of them around, especially like I have this right here. This is free. This is the Nembrini Audio analog rack delay. And if you've ever seen any of my streams, you'll note that this has been living in my stream chain for the better part of the last 4 or 5 years. For when I need a simple delay. So you get this and a decent reverb plugin, you'll never, ever, ever care about delay and reverb at the end of a suite ever again. And you'll realize that you need an EQ there anyways, and you're going to have to bypass those anyways. So you might as well go out and get yourself a really decent, easy to use delay and reverb that can kind of cover that ground should you need to do so. Need to bypass the stuff in your suites when you're actually doing a mix with them. So I would highly advise going out and grabbing this one for free. It's the best free delay out there. In my opinion, it's easy to use, super easy, super effective. It's one of those many things that you just never know when you're going to come across a piece of freeware that becomes like a huge part of the way that you work. So try it all. Okay, folks, try it all. Make sure that you get it all in there. What did we go over today? Well, we went over a whole bunch of different stuff from Nembrini Audio, and that is what we did today. And our contest with Nembrini is coming to a close in the next, within the next less than a week here. So we're going to be giving away some prizes next weekend. We'll be announcing all the winners in a stream. That, or I might just put them up. I'll probably just put them up and tag them, to be honest. But we're going to be celebrating for winners next weekend in any event, and I will definitely see you guys then. That being said, I am going to be off now for the day. I'm going to try to work on some of our pre-recorded stuff. I'm working on some neural amp modeler, interesting stuff with that, and we're going to kind of go from there. All right, guys, I'll see you definitely next Friday, Saturday. I may be around during the week, and you guys can look forward to if you look forward to this sort of thing. If you enjoy my streams, I'll be seeing you guys a lot during the March break here. And we're streaming a whole bunch. We're going to try to do a stream per day and get a lot of stuff done and be very productive on my break from my full-time job. And hopefully you guys will join me for that. All right. In the meantime, my challenge for you guys is to go and check out Nembrini Audio. Check out all the different freeware they have available right now, and get on the mailing list. Get on every developer's mailing list that you can ever get on. Get on all of them. You never know what kind of sales are going to pop up for just mailing list only. They give vouchers and coupons and things for mailing list only. And you guys will get the heads up. Oftentimes they open sales for mailing list people earlier than everybody else. So you guys get on the mailing lists, get on those mailing lists. I will see you guys again next week. Thank you so much. I am Tyler, by the way, and you have been watching the AmpSim Universe. Thank you so much, and thank you to each and every one of you for being a part of this community. I'll see you guys next week.
It's nothing new for him to see. I didn't ask him why. I will remember the love our souls had sworn to make. Now I watch the falling rain. All my mind can see now is your. Well, I guess you took my youth and gave it all away. Like the birth of a newfound joy, this love would end in rage. And when she died, I couldn't cry.